You're listening to The Observing Eye. Pirate radio for the mind. Coming at you fresh from the computer hell cabin.
Hello, you beautiful lot. It's Friday, the 13th of January. Spooky as fuck. Well, not really. It's just another Friday. But here we are again, episode 2. And I've actually decided what I'm going to talk about this week, rather than just winging it, as I did in the first episode. Before I start, actually, I just want to touch on something, because I was listening to the first episode back just to get a feel for the quality and the content and stuff that I'd put out previously. And I noticed I talked about the computer hell cabin, coming at you fresh from the computer hell cabin. I thought I'd explain what that is before I start. So the computer hell cabin is my living room, and it's full of technology and computers and screens and cables and things like that. So it looks like something out of that 80s film Hackers. And I spend too long trapped at the desk in there most days. So that's it. That's the computer hell cabin when I'm coming at you every episode. Now on to something that you actually want to listen to, something that's relevant and why you're here. I'm going to be talking about, briefly in this episode, the importance of letting go and the importance of being in the moment and just kind of going with the flow a little bit. So in life, we've all got ambitions and goals and things that we want to achieve, right? And a lot of the time, when we're starting out on this whole sort of journey of self-awareness and that kind of thing, it can become very easy for us to attempt to enforce our will upon the outcome of things, or to think that we, in any way, shape or form, can influence the outcome of things. Of course, it's a nice idea and it feels empowering on the surface, but the problem with that idea is that it's actually incredibly disempowering. The reason it's disempowering is because we get into this mindset that we can control things that we actually can't. And we end up spending all of this energy trying to control the outcome of something that we fundamentally have no control over whatsoever. Ultimately, there is only one thing in this universe that we can control, and that is ourselves and how we react to our experiences. If we place a load of focus on an end goal, then we're expending all of this energy, becoming stressed and frustrated around trying to control the outcome of that goal. So to me, this is energy that's wasted. What we need to be doing is focusing our attention and our awareness on the action of doing, not on the outcome itself. We need to be focused on the journey, on the process. I guarantee you, and I know this sounds a little bit like woo-woo, but I guarantee you that if you spend all of that energy that you would have spent trying to control the outcome and invested it in the process of doing whatever it is that you're doing to try and get to that outcome, forgetting, almost ignoring what the end result of the process will be, the thing that you're creating, the thing that you're doing, will become so much better, so much easier, but be of such better quality because your focus isn't distracted by what you want from it, what the purpose of it is. Your focus is entirely and fully within the action and the process itself. That's the bit that you control. You control your discipline, your consistency, and your attention. With this in mind, increasing the consistency and discipline and attention on the process will invariably mean that the outcome is probably going to be pretty good anyway. And if it's not quite what you expected and it's not really what you anticipated it would be, you've still gone on a journey and experienced something and created or done something which, if you're putting this much effort and attention into, must be something authentic, must be something that comes from you. And in that, there's an incredible learning experience as well. We can talk a little bit around how this links to the idea of fear of failure as well. Because if we're so focused on the outcome, then we become fearful that the work that we're doing in the process isn't going to be up to par, or, what if it doesn't make it? What if the outcome doesn't happen? What I would suggest is looking at the process and what you've created, what you've done. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. It doesn't work. You can't control the outcome. You can just control your effort and your input. So look at it rather than seeing it as, I failed, oh no, what a shitty idea. Think of it as a time to reflect upon what you did, how you did it, and what you could change going forwards. Improvement is an iterative process, so we shouldn't just do one thing and then, it doesn't work, fuck this, I'm giving up. All failure is an opportunity to learn and understand what went on in the process and in our thinking. We need to hold up our failures as a mirror and examine them and reflect upon them so that we can make adjustments, make improvements, and then try again. There's a saying that I particularly like, and I can't quite remember where I heard it originally, but I think it's like a Zen thing. And it says that if you are standing by the side of a river and then you decide that you're going to climb into the river and going to try and divert the course of it just by standing in it and waving your arms around, right? The river really doesn't give a shit that you're doing that. It's just going to go around you and ignore you, essentially, as though you weren't even there. This is basically what we're doing when we try to force our will upon the outcome of an event. We're expending all of this energy, flailing our arms about, getting ourselves in a complete state, and we're not really changing anything. What we need to do is submit to the flow of the river and just go with it and see what happens. Think about how much less stressed you would be in these two scenarios. One, trying to just push a river in a different direction with your hands, which, it sounds batshit, right? Why would you? Versus just floating on it and enjoying the experience, enjoying where you're being carried and observing what's going on around you without stress, without any kind of pressure or conflict within yourself. Okay, that is our lesson for today, if you can call it a lesson. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me, as brief as these moments are. I wish you all a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.
You've been listening to The Observing Eye. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope that you found it useful. And if you're interested in any more of my writings or work around psychology and philosophy and general day-to-day living, please go and take a look at my Substack, which is theobservingeye.substack.com, and that's I as in the letter, not I as in the gelatinous organ through which you see. Take care, everybody. Much love, and I'll see you soon.